In the northern mountains of Italy, beneath the calm and glass-like surface of Lake Resia, lies a village that once thrived with life, culture, and community. Today, only a single bell tower rises above the water, standing as a quiet reminder of everything that was lost. This is the true story of Curon, a real village that disappeared beneath the water in the mid-15th century. Beneath this peaceful lake, entire streets, homes, and generations of memories still remain, frozen in time. What appears calm on the surface hides a powerful and emotional history below, where human decisions permanently changed both the landscape and the lives of the people who once called this place home. Before the flooding, Curon was a peaceful alpine village located in South Tyrol, near the borders of Austria and Switzerland. Surrounded by mountains and open land, it was an ideal place for farming and livestock. The villagers lived simple but meaningful lives, deeply connected to nature and to each other. Families worked in the fields during the day, children played freely across open spaces, and daily life followed a slow and predictable rhythm. The village had a strong sense of identity, built over generations. At its center stood a historic church, where people gathered not only for worship, but also for community connection. This was more than just a place to live. It was a place where history, tradition, and human connection were deeply rooted. The geography of Curon played a crucial role in its fate. The village was built in a valley shaped by ancient glaciers, where water from surrounding mountains flowed naturally into rivers and lakes. These natural water sources made the land fertile and valuable for agriculture. However, they also made the region highly suitable for hydroelectric development. In the early 15th century, engineers began to recognize the potential of this area. With increasing demand for electricity across Europe, attention shifted toward using natural landscapes to generate power. What was once seen as a peaceful and stable environment was now viewed as an opportunity for industrial expansion, setting the stage for a major transformation that would permanently alter the region. In the Stia's initial plans were introduced to construct a dam that would merge nearby lakes into a larger reservoir. At first, the project was relatively small in scale, and many locals did not fully understand its long-term impact. However, as years passed, the plan evolved into something much larger. By the late 27s, industrial and political forces pushed the project forward with greater urgency. Authorities saw the dam as a necessary step toward modernization and economic growth. Despite growing concerns among the villagers, the decision became final. The voices of the local community were largely ignored, and Curon was marked for submergence in favor of energy production and regional development. For the people of Curon, this decision carried a deep emotional weight. Families who had lived there for generations were suddenly faced with the reality of losing their homes, their land, and their identity. Houses that had been built and maintained over decades were left behind. Farms that once provided food and livelihood were abandoned. Many residents struggled to accept what was happening, hoping until the very last moment that the project might be stopped. Some protested, while others quietly prepared to leave, carrying only what they could. The sense of loss was not just physical, but deeply personal. Entire histories were about to disappear, not because of natural disaster, but because of human decision. By 2013 construction of the dam was completed, and the flooding began. At first, the water rose slowly, spreading across fields and roads, gradually covering parts of the village. Day by day, more of Curon disappeared beneath the surface. Homes became partially submerged, then completely hidden. Buildings that had stood for generations were consumed by the rising water. Some structures were demolished before the flooding, but many were simply left behind, allowing the lake to take them. The process was slow enough for people to witness the transformation, making it even more painful. Eventually, the water reached its final level, and the village of Curon vanished beneath the lake. When the flooding was complete, only one structure remained visible above the surface: the bell tower of the old church. Standing alone in the middle of the lake, it became a powerful symbol of everything that was lost. Beneath the water, however, the rest of the village still exists. Streets, walls, and fragments of homes remain preserved in cold, silent darkness. The lake may appear calm and ordinary today, but it hides a complete chapter of history below. What was once a living, breathing community has now become a submerged memory, waiting quietly beneath the surface to be remembered and understood. Beneath the still waters of Lake Resia, the remains of Curon continue to exist, preserved in a cold and silent environment where time seems to have stopped completely. Divers who have explored the lake describe a haunting underwater landscape where fragments of stone walls, broken structures, and pathways still remain visible beneath layers of sediment. As sunlight filters down from above, it gradually fades into darkness, creating a mysterious atmosphere where shapes appear and disappear in the distance. The deeper one goes, the quieter it becomes, as if the entire village has been frozen in a single moment of history. This is not just a collection of ruins, but a preserved memory of a community that once lived, worked, and thrived in this very place. Inside the submerged remains of Curon, traces of everyday life can still be imagined. Although many objects have decayed over time, the outlines of what once existed are still recognizable. Rooms that once held families are now empty and silent, their walls covered in algae and mineral deposits. Wooden furniture has broken down, leaving behind only fragments that hint at their original purpose. Floors are buried beneath layers of sediment, and doorways lead into spaces that no longer serve any function. The absence of movement and sound creates a powerful sense of stillness. It feels less like destruction and more like abandonment, as if the village was left behind in a single moment and never touched again. Above the surface, the bell tower remains the most visible and powerful symbol of Curon's past. Built in the 14th century, it once stood at the center of a thriving community, surrounded by homes, streets, and daily activity. Today, it rises alone from the lake, disconnected from everything that once gave it meaning. Its weathered stone walls show signs of age, yet it continues to stand strong against time and nature. During winter, when the lake freezes, visitors can walk across the ice and approach the tower, creating a rare and surreal connection between the present and the past. In those moments, it feels as though the boundary between what was and what remains becomes almost invisible. Over the years, the story of Curon has drawn attention from historians, filmmakers, and travelers around the world. It has been featured in documentaries, written about in books, and even inspired fictional interpretations in modern media. These retellings have helped preserve the memory of the village, ensuring that its story continues to reach new audiences. At the same time, the dam that caused its disappearance also brought significant benefits to the region, including hydroelectric power and economic development. This creates a complex narrative where progress and loss exist together. Curon is not only a story of disappearance, but also a reflection of how human decisions can reshape entire landscapes and communities. The question of whether Curon could ever return is one that often arises. In reality, the chances are extremely low. Lake Resia now serves as an important reservoir, supporting energy production and water management systems that are essential for the surrounding region. Draining the lake would disrupt these systems and is not considered a practical option. However, on rare occasions when water levels drop significantly, parts of the submerged village have briefly reappeared. These moments offer a temporary glimpse into the past, revealing fragments of structures that have remained hidden for decades. Yet these appearances are short-lived, as the water inevitably rises again, covering everything once more. The story of Curon is ultimately a story about more than just a village. It is about memory, identity, and the passage of time. Beneath the calm surface of the lake lies a world that once echoed with human life, now preserved in silence. The bell tower continues to stand as a reminder that even when places disappear, their stories do not. It represents resilience, loss, and the enduring presence of history. For those who visit Lake Resia, the experience is both peaceful and deeply reflective, offering a chance to consider what has been lost and what remains. As the waters of Lake Resia remain still and unchanged, the hidden village beneath continues to exist quietly, out of sight but not out of memory. The story of Curon reminds us that progress often comes with a cost, and that some changes cannot be reversed. While the village itself may never return, its presence is still felt through the tower, the landscape, and the stories that continue to be told. In this way, Curon has not truly disappeared. It has simply taken on a new form, one that exists beneath the surface, waiting to be remembered by those who choose to look deeper.